Hello and welcome to a classic episode of the IndianOil Durand Talks. We have a very special guest as well. We all know him, Kibu Vicuña, the man who helped Mohun Bagan to win the Hero I-League title back in 2019-20 season. And at the same time, is currently the coach of Diamond Harbour FC and a very well-known football pundit. And we are all set for the knockout stage to begin tomorrow, as we all know that Mohammedan Sporting would be up against Kerala Blasters. Kibu Vicuña's former side, he coached that side as well in the Hero Indian Super League, must be knowing the team very well. But on the flip side of it, the Kolkata Giant, they are the only hosts for the Kolkata outfits in this tournament, as Imami East Bengal and ATK Mohun Bagan are already knocked out from the competition. Welcome to the show, Kibu.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Suman. Nice to be with you tonight.
Good evening, Kibu. Well, as we discussed, tomorrow it's a very big day for both the teams. Two massive sides in the context of Indian football. Two massive fan base side as well. We all know about Kerala Blasters and their fan base, and on the flip side of it, Mohammedan Sporting, they're also one of the biggest fan base sides in Asia. How do you see this matchup tomorrow, Kibu?
No, first, congratulate both teams, because to be in the quarterfinals is very difficult, especially this season with 20 teams. Only 8 teams advancing to quarterfinals, so they have to be happy. And if they are in quarterfinals, it's because they are playing well and they are getting good results. Tomorrow, Mohammedan is playing very well, and they got remarkable results in this first round, and also Kerala Blasters with a very young team, and also they qualify to quarterfinals, playing good football, and getting 7 from 12 points.
Absolutely, and we'd be coming to Mohammedan Sporting, but before that, I mean, what a magnificent tournament it has been for Kerala Blasters. They came with their developmental side, but with the maturity, the character which they have shown over there, and qualified for the quarterfinal stage, it deserves a lot of appreciation, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Knowing the coach Thomas Hurs, we were working together. For sure, is a team that very well prepared tactically, and also they will have chances tomorrow, because Tomek, for sure, he's going to prepare very well the match, especially in the strategical dimension. For sure, they analyze very well Mohammedan, and they will have their chances tomorrow.
Absolutely, and coming back to Mohammedan Sporting. Yes, the Kolkata Giants, they have got their new number 9 landed. Abiola Dauda has scored more than 150 goals in top European leagues, played in the top 6 European leagues as well, in some way or the other, among the top 25, I would say. So he would be available for a choice as well in the big game against Kerala Blasters. Marcus Joseph has been in fantastic form. He has got back his favorite position of number 10. How do you see Mohammedan Sporting shaping up into this particular tournament?
Yes, first, one very important thing is that it's the second season with the same coach. So I think this is a very important point, positive point for Mohammedan, because they know the way the coach wants to play. Also, I think they are even improving the team from last season, that they were very close to win the I-League. So they started very well this season. No? Not only the four games in the first round of Durand Cup with 10 points. Also this friendly game against ATK Mohun Bagan was a good game, and I think that for example, you are talking about Marcus Joseph. No, I remember 2 years ago, Marcus Joseph won the Durand Cup with Goalkeeper and Kerala, and he was the top scorer of the competition. So I think that this is a competition that he is performing very well all the seasons.
Yes, and in the previous season as well, he was the highest goal scorer. And so he particularly prefers to play in this particular tournament. I'll be coming to take a question from Repakshan Kangaba, and he has a question: what is the strongest and the weakest areas of both the teams who will be performing tomorrow?
First we have to say that in this part of the season, everything is possible. I mean, in these quarterfinals, we can see two teams from 𝐼𝐧𝐝𝐢𝐥 that they perform really well, and in very difficult groups they qualify to quarterfinals. Mohammedan and Rajasthan. Rajasthan was in quarterfinals and they advanced in a group that 𝐃𝐮𝐽𝐬𝐷𝐵 and East Bengal were eliminated. So very fantastic performance of Rajasthan, and also Kerala Blasters is competing with a young team, and they perform really well in their group and they qualify. So I mean that all the teams that they are in competition, they deserve to be in the quarterfinals, and everything is possible in one game. Everything is possible. All the teams they have a very big motivation. So I think that Mohammedan, they are the only, as you say at the beginning, is the only team from Kolkata that is playing in quarterfinals, and they are performing really well. They are performing really well since last season. So it's going to be a very big contender. And for Kerala Blasters, it's a match that they started with a draw, then they lost against Odisha, but the last two games they won against Northeast and Army Green, and they deserve to qualify to these quarterfinals. And for sure, it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a tough match because they for sure they are going to be a good tactical team tomorrow.
Well, I'll be coming back to that, but before that, people like there are so many Kerala Blasters fans who are just texting that Kibu sir, we're missing you, we miss you, like Leo, Anish, and all. I'm sure they do love you a lot. I'll be taking a question from James Andrew. Can ISL clubs give fight to European clubs or Copa clubs? He has a question.
If they can fight against European European teams?
Yes.
Yes, sure. Yes. I think that Indian football is developing every season. Every season the teams are performing better. Also, I think that in the academies of the Indian clubs, they are working even better, and we can see every season young players in 𝐼𝐿𝐴, young players in ISL. So I think the Indian football is developing very well, and the gap that some years ago we could see between Indian teams and European teams is smaller.
Absolutely.
Suman, if you let me say if there are Kerala Blasters fans, I want to wish you a happy Oram to all of them.
Absolutely, it's a special festival for all the people over there in Kerala, and I'm sure that they are enjoying this particular festival in good health, and I'm sure to have you in this particular show will definitely double up their festivity as well. I have another question. I'd be taking it. Keep asking your questions, fans. I'm getting a lot of questions. Definitely, I'd be taking questions from you as well. Well, we were talking about Andre Chernishaw. You just mentioned this is his second season, and it's very important for a particular club to give coaches time to develop their side, and that is what Mohammedan Sporting has been doing with the help of Bunker Hill and the management, of course. So how do you see Andrei Chernyshov developing the squad from the last season to this one?
Well, I think that, as you said, it's very important to have a coach that they performed well last season. Unfortunately for them, they didn't win the I-League, but they were very close. Particularly, I think that the main favorite this season to win I-League is Mohammedan. I know that I'm saying in at the beginning of September, but I think that not only the coaching staff, the whole club is doing very well. I see that there is a very interesting project behind. So they are signing very good players. They are keeping the best players for last season. So I think that they are performing very well. They are playing very good football, offensive football. They have good players. Also, there are some decisions. For example, to play with Marcus Joseph as second striker, offensive midfielder. That is a position that suit him very well. And with the add of this new striker, I think they have a very competitive team this season.
Well, about tomorrow's matchup, there will be one player from Kerala. His name is Fazlur Rahman, who has already scored 2 goals in this particular competition and would be one of the threats against his own state team, that is Kerala Blasters. How do you see this matchup? Because Fazlu has been one of the finds of this IndianOil Durand Cup, and when it be up against these young lads of Kerala Blasters, do you think that these things really play some sort of a psychological things ahead of a crucial tie like this?
Okay, I think that every player looks motivation when they are playing with the teams that they played before. For all the players, it's going to be a very important match because tomorrow match, if they win, they advance to semifinals. And to be honest, I think this competition this season is very open. It's not a very clear favorite. All of the teams they have chances. They have chances to win. There are very big teams in ISL, as for example Hyderabad, Mumbai City. That they came with the best players. Bengaluru, Odisha is winning. Is starting the season very well. Hyderabad. So I mean, everyone is ready to win, and it's very open competition. Of course, Mohammedan is playing in Kolkata. They are playing at home. They are playing very well. They are competing with all the ISL teams face to face. They compete at the beginning of the season with 𝐾𝐮𝐲𝐈𝐧𝐝. They draw playing a very good match against Bengaluru with Sunil Chetri, with Roy Krishna, all the best players. They won 3 matches. Kerala Blasters also is performing really well with a very young team. So I think that the motivation is there. All the players, they have a very good motivation. It's a very also. They know that all football in India, all the supporters in Indian football, they are watching the game. So I think we are lucky because we are going to watch very good 4 matches.
Absolutely. I have a question from Repaction Kangbang, and the question is, sir, how do you see the goalkeeping skills of Mohammedan Sporting? We have seen 2 goalkeepers in action in Mohammedan Sporting. Sankar Rai, your former student in Mohun Bagan, and of course Mawiya, he too had a fantastic game the other day against Bengaluru FC.
Mm-hmm. Okay, both goalkeepers are fantastic, but let me talk about Sankar Roy. No, Sankar Roy is a fantastic goalkeeper. He's one of my favorites because suits very much the style that I like to play. It's a privilege to have a goalkeeper as Sankar Roy because you know that you have a player as a goalkeeper. No, technically is very good. If you want to play from behind, I don't see better goalkeepers in India. Also, he got the experience in last seasons, not only in our season in Mohammedan. He was in East Bengal, in Hyderabad as well. Now he's in Mohammedan, and I think that is going to be a very important goalkeeper this season, not only in Durand Cup, in this season for Mohammedan.
Absolutely, and coming back to the young players of Kerala Blasters like 𝐈𝐧𝐝𝐚𝐧𝐝, what a magnificent goal he scored the other day. How do you see these young players making their way to the forte of Indian football, where the big boys are playing? Young players, they know that the expectation would be definitely on their shoulders, despite the fact that they are so young in this age, but they are playing against some big names, especially in the same tournament where the likes of Sunil Chetri, Roy Krishna, Pedro Martin, Marcus Joseph, these players are playing. How big it is in terms of their morale when they be going further in their career ahead?
I think that is for them is a fantastic environment to develop, and a fantastic scenario to show that they are able to play against the best players in India. No, I always used to say that I always saying that it's not important the age you have. The important is if you are able to compete with the best players. Doesn't matter if you have 17, 20 or 40 years. They showed in the first round that they performed really well. I'm sure that in the first team Kerala Blasters, the coaching staff, they are looking every match, and if they know that if they develop very well, and if they are performing as they are performing in the first round, they will have chances to be in the first team and to play in ISL. You see, Suman, that in every season there are new players. That in India there are a lot of players that they have the possibility to develop, to improve, and to grow up. And in Kerala Blasters they are working really well the last seasons, and for sure these players that tomorrow we are going to see in the pitch in the future, some of them they are going to be in first team of Kerala Blasters.
Absolutely. Well, the Mohun Bagan fans as well, they are just writing on the comment section like, we miss you, the best foreign coach we ever had, Joy Mohun Bagan. So this love, this affection you always get when it comes in terms of Indian football from two great teams in Indian football, both from Mohun Bagan as well as Kerala Blasters. Kibu, I have another question in terms of the defense of both the sides. Kerala Blasters, they are a young side, but they marshal their defense pretty well. On the flip side of it, yes, they have two outstanding foreign defenders in terms of Mohammedan Sporting's perspective. Shahid Shaheen, Osmanu Ndiaye, Zuidika has been playing fantastic football as well, and 𝐈𝐧𝐝𝐚𝐧𝐝. How do you see the defense of both the sides in this classic matchup?
Well, as you said, Mohammedan has a very experienced side at the back. The four defenders have experience in ISL, even in other countries, and they are performing really well. They are playing together, and this team is going to grow up and to develop. And regarding Kerala Blasters players, they are also performing really well. They only concede 3 goals, 2 against Odisha, and 1 goal first game. A very good goal from Sudeba, and in the last 2 matches they didn't concede any goals. So I think that both teams, they are very complete, not only the defensive phase. I mean, you know that football is a flow between offensive phase, defensive phase, and both transitions. And I think that both teams, they are playing good football, and they are performing really well. I think that tomorrow the match is going to be a very good match with very good tactical sides, very well prepared, and every result is going to be possible.
Yeah, of course, and we often talk about the foreign players. Kerala Blasters, they don't have a single foreign player, and despite the fact that they have been playing some quality football, how do you see them growing?
Sorry, say again.
What I'm saying is like Mohammedan Sporting
Yes.
and all the ISL teams, the I-League teams, except Sudeva, also Sudeva as well. They are playing with some very good quality foreign players. On the flip side of it, this
Yes.
development side of Kerala Blasters, they are playing without any foreigner. How big is this actually in terms of the confidence level of these young players going forward?
Well, I think that the motivation they have playing against ISL team or I-League teams, the best one of the best I-League teams in the country is Mohammedan, with foreign players, and playing against players as Marcus Joseph, for example, is very big. No, this motivation is very important. No, they are playing with young players, but the players that they saw that. They can perform really well. Of course, the foreign players they give you something special. They are coming here to India because they are going to give anything different than the Indian players cannot give. No, and this can be a handicap to Kerala Blasters at the beginning. But Kerala Blasters, with this motivation and this hunger to succeed of all the players, they are going to play a good match for sure.
Well, I have a question in terms of the Indian players of Mohammedan Sporting as well. Despite the fact that the team has the likes of Nuruddin, the team has the likes of Marcus Joseph, Osmani NDI, Shahid Saeed, Durand now as well, available as well. But we have seen so many Indian players writing their names on the score sheet, like Abhishek Haldar, Fazlur Rahman. We have seen Sheikh Fayaz to score goals as well. Pritam Singh has been playing some outstanding football. How do you see the Indian bunch of Mohammedan Sporting?
Well, we know that they retain a lot of players that they have last season, or most of the Indian players, the main players of the team. As you say, for example, Pritam is performing really well. He's scoring goals. Of course, Sheikh Fayaz is a very important player for them because he has the experience. He won the I-League with Mohammedan 2 years ago as well. He has the speed. He had good combination with other players, with Marcus Joseph as well. We were talking about the goalkeepers, experienced Indian defenders. So I think the combination between the Indian players and the foreign players is very good in Mohammedan, and for sure, because we are in the beginning of the season. For sure, they are going to be even stronger during the season.
Well, before we wrap up, a few quick predictions, and of course the strength and the weaknesses. And had you been in the dressing room of both the sides, what would have been your tip of advice for Mohammedan Sporting and Kerala Blasters tomorrow?
I'm not good at giving advices with the two teams that for sure. They were prepared. They are preparing the tomorrow's match as best as possible. Both of them, for sure, they both coaches and staffs. They analyze the strength and weaknesses of the opponent. They know that they will have good possibilities tomorrow to advance to next round. I only can say that. I wish both teams the best, and I'm sure that we are going to see a very good match tomorrow.
Just for saying a quick prediction.
I'm not good giving predictions. No, what I can say is that I see the match very even. Perhaps the supporters think that Mohammedan is going to win the match, but I give also Kerala Blasters chances to advance because I'm sure that they are going to prepare the match very well.
Thank you so much, Kibu. Thank you so much to all the fans. We got hundreds of messages, both on YouTube as well as on our Facebook page as well. They love Kibu Vicuña. They are enjoying this 131st edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup as well. Its legacy, its heritage, and of course, some mouth-watering footballing action on display from tomorrow as well. In the knockout stage, remember, whoever wins will go through and whoever loses will be knocked out directly from this tournament for the first time. Thanks for joining us. Hope you all will enjoy another cracking day of action tomorrow. Till then, stay tuned and do subscribe to the official YouTube channel of Durand Cup. Good night.
Good night.